Thanks everybody for showing up. We have a nice crowd today. We only meet once a month, so this is our opportunity to meet and see each other. We have some new announcements to make, but what I want to do, and I'm recording this, is start by introducing Guy Shurki, our newest member, who is a managed IT services provider with SureNet Solutions. So Guy, welcome. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Hey, good morning, everyone. We are a managed service provider, an IT company. We've been in business for a little bit more than 2 decades. So we started in 2003. So we have quite a bit of a long track record. And we work with clients in Orange County, LA County. We work with nonprofit organizations, law offices, medical centers. Most of you from Long Beach, I'll assume Long Beach area. So you guys know the Long Beach Community Hospital?
Yeah.
That was one of our clients that we built their whole network over there. And then about 2 months after we got them up and running, they closed the hospital. Not because of us. We got them up and running. But yeah, that was one of our clients. So we have clients in Orange County, LA County, some in Riverside County, all the way to Palmdale. And we do everything that MSPs do. So anything from the daily operation for our customers. Our customer size start from clients with 3 computers, and our largest clients are about 350 computers. So we have a large range of clients that we work with. Sometimes people ask me why you work with smaller clients, and I always said, my biggest client was referred to me by a client that had only 3 computers, but 20 years ago. So I don't discount any clients just because they have 3 computers, because you never know who is that person know. So we tend to help any client at any size. We don't work with home users. We don't work with, home businesses, but only businesses themselves. Today, 80% of the comes from either the day-to-day operation of businesses that need help with their IT and basically doing cybersecurity. So playing catch up with the Russians, Ukrainians, and everyone in between. So yeah, that's the company. If you guys have any question, I'm more than happy to answer.
Guy, I have a comment. You can tell me you work with 3 or more people, or people with 3 or more computers, because you're hoping to build their business to where they have more than 3 computers. So the little guy can become a big guy. That's what I did with my financial planner. They wouldn't take anybody less than 50,000. And then now I'm much further than that, but they wouldn't have even looked at me before. But people do grow, especially if they're being guided properly.
We have a lot of customers that started with 5 computers, and now there are 20, 25 computers.
There you go.
That's the reason I cannot understand companies that say, we are rejecting any customer less than 25 computers. I just can't understand it, because we have a law firm in Orange County, in the city of Orange, that they started with 8 computers, and now there are 25 computers, and we get quite a bit of work from them and quite a bit of referrals from them too. So yeah, I just believe that you need to treat all customers, the same way, no matter how big they are, and do the best work you can, the best price you can. And, you don't need to go to a Cambridge or any one of those Ivy Leagues to understand if you have a good price. We give the best price, the best service, and be honest with your customers, and you will survive 22 years in this business through the recessions and everything else, and you'll still succeed.
I thought I'd say a quick hello. Alan introduced us through email just the other day. I'm Mike from Wolfgang Media, so I thought I'd touch base with the name. It's good to meet you over the connection here. And
we need to get connected when I'm back from Israel. I'm flying tomorrow, hopefully.
Oh, okay. So that's your trip that you had mentioned, right?
War that started morning, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Well, I wish you a good, safe travel, and hope to connect when you get back.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great. I recorded a podcast the other day with Guy. His work with nonprofits. I thought of you, Mike. So I'm sure you guys can power partner. Any other power partners you have, Guy? Who are your list of power partners?
So let me just say this: our biggest customers are nonprofit organizations. LA County. Overall, we manage about 800 computers out of the 1,500 come from nonprofit organizations. And yeah, I find nonprofit organization to be a really good industry to be in because it's a recession-proof industry. Whenever you have recession, whenever you have COVID, they're the one that getting the most of the money from the government. So actually the funds increase while everyone else is cutting back. So I find it to be the best.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting perspective. But yeah, I work with a lot of nonprofits as well, like Boys and Girls Clubs, Long Beach. I work with like Hyundai Hope on Wheels. I work with Genesis Motors. I'm working with a nonprofit out in Orange County called 1OC, doing some work with them as well. So I find it to be pretty rewarding work. Some of my favorite projects sometimes are with nonprofits and telling their stories.
The other good thing with them is that besides see what they do and how they help people, and I've been, one of my nonprofit organizations, we've been with them for 20 years. I'm the CIO, and I sit on board meetings and everything else. And when the company name is El Nido Family Centers, which is a big nonprofit organization, and it's just a reward to see what they do with their customers and success stories for the customers. It's really fun to see that. So yeah, power partners for us, anyone that works with a nonprofit organization, CPAs, AI people, because we can bring the AI people into our customers to do some AI work, but at the same time, when they go to their customers and they see something that is wrong, then definitely they can bring us in. Insurance companies, cyber insurance is big now. Especially when you find that you have a customer that has cyber insurance that got hacked and never had backups and they need to pay ransom, then that's the time to bring another IT company into the picture. CPA firms. So I find those to be very good, reliable power partners.
Okay. Well, thank you, Guy. Anybody have any last questions for Guy before we move to our next segment?
One more question I have.
Mm-hmm.
With that 3-computer minimum, I'm assuming you have some type of minimum fee to come out and do a diagnostic or to see what their needs may be. What would that be, like a minimum to come out and maybe assess what's going on?
So that's the funny thing. I don't have a fee for coming out and telling you what's wrong with your network. I'll come and take a look at it and see what's going on and tell you what you need. And then it's your choice if you want to go with us or if you want to go with someone else. Just to go and talk with someone, what's wrong with the network, we don't charge.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. Thank you, Guy, and have a safe trip. We'll look forward to talking when you get back. The next thing I want to talk about or just thank our renewing members, Curtis Barnett, who's not on this call, Mark Forsyth, who is, and Trish Wright, who is not on this call. But we have 3 new renewing members, which is we're very excited about. We're happy that you're with us. Mark, I listened to your podcast. You have like 2 podcasts. I was listening to both yesterday. And so did you want to make you want to let everybody know what you do and just say hi?
Thanks, Alan. Yeah, Mark Forsyth doing all types of debtor and creditor work. Been doing it for 4 or 5 years now. CPA before I was an attorney, so that financial background's an extra edge I have. I got a lot of different debtor clients right now. I got a winery, got a clothing company up in LA, got a delivery service, got an involuntary bankruptcy going right now. So it's just extremely busy. No real industry. Everyone always asks me, what industry do you see that's cracking right now? It's not really any industry. It's kind of across the board. A lot of different times I'm needed, not only just financial distress, but sometimes I have single owners who have a lot of debt who want to file bankruptcy. The last thing an entrepreneur should do is dump their personal money into their own business. That's the worst thing you can do as a solo owner. I want to put the company into bankruptcy and then buy the assets out. I unfortunately see that all too often with entrepreneurs. So that's a strategic way to use a bankruptcy case. But providing a lot of different options and strategies when the financial distress is at your door.
Okay. Any questions?
4 years? Yeah. Where were you 4 years ago, Mark?
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that a lot, Johnny. Trust me, I hear that a lot. That's why I tell Alan I really like to network with CPAs because they usually see clients with financial distress early on, and that's when I like to be able to get into the mix and and provide some timely advice. But once you dump money into a business, your personal money into a business, it's going to be at the bottom of the pile.
Right. And I believe you and Valerie have you guys been able to connect?
We're working on
Yeah.
Okay,
We are
good.
set for a call here in a couple of weeks. So
Yeah, one of the things that I'm noticing is that conversations equal referrals or leads or introductions. The more you talk to people, that it comes out in conversation who needs a certain service, and it could be something completely different than what you thought. And so that's where I'm putting a lot of my attention, is creating new conversations, and it's leading to, we can't assume that people have talked to each other, and we're doing that follow-up just to make sure. So thank you, Mark. I'm going to call audible here. I'm going to skip the order. I was going to present our new 3-tier member service and pricing plan, but I'm going to say that for the end. I want to give everybody a chance to speak, let our people meet new people on the call, and I'll get to the pricing plan before the end of the meeting. The meeting typically goes to 12:15, just to get everything in, but let's talk. Are you there, Jordan? Let's talk to Jordan. He's our other newest member. He spoke last week, but I wanted to say hi to him, see how things are going.
Hey, Alan. Sorry, I'm driving into the office. Nice
Okay.
to see you all.
Do you have any updates or anything you'd like to offer?
I mean, on the business side, for those I haven't spoken with, so I'm an advisor with New York Life. I offer holistic advice and guidance, whether that's, managing retirement, investments, insurance needs, things like that. Had a couple great introductions with some folks in the group. Thank you to Alan for those connections. See Valerie and Tom on the call. We connected last week or the week prior. Also spoke with Jack Sensky just to get a feel for, ways we might be able to work together. Yeah, always open to grab a coffee or network and see how we might be able to work together. And yeah, again, grateful to be a part of the group. Alan, I know I need to get back to you on the podcast information. Just some red tape I have to deal with on my end.
I understand.
Yeah, appreciate you.
I understand. In your industry, it's what it is. Okay, any questions for Jordan? Okay, Jordan, I mean, me and you should meet too at some point. I'll schedule that. Let's go to Kelly Haas. Are you available to talk, Kelly?
I am. Yeah, sorry, I'm driving too. Not a lot of updates. I mean, we are seeing a lot of hiring across the board for companies that are not government funded, getting some pushback from the government funded ones, but a lot of people are making up for their hiring needs from last year. Election year is always kind of slower when it comes to our clients bringing on everyone until they can see what that's going to look like. So I feel like they're making up for it right now. So a lot of jobs open at the moment. As a reminder, if you guys need help scaling, if you need help with, high level roles, even down to assistants that are onshore. I know Candace can help you with the offshore ones. We're here to help you. So whatever you guys are needing. And then also I did send something out for banners. If anyone's in the Long Beach area and you want to have a banner on 7th Street near Wilson High School, my son's on the volleyball team. And so the proceeds benefit the volleyball team and they'll be up for the rest of the year. I will tell you, they end up leaving them up for the summer too. So you have some time with that banner on 7th and either Zemino or Park.
Okay. So we hope Charles comes through and gets one. That'd be nice.
Yes.
Any questions for Kelly?
They have to be a specific size. I can send you guys a form if you want to see what that is. The only limitations are, it has to say something about Wilson, like go Wilson, go Bruins, something to that effect. And we have our very Debbie that can help with those banners too. So we're also supporting our Power Partner founders here.
What was the price?
It's $500.
$500.
Mm-hmm.
Can you introduce Tatandra real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So I know Tatandra and Alan got connected from Alan's cold call outreach, which is really great. Tatandra is starting her own human resources consulting business. And we did have a chance to talk to each other yesterday. She's really great. And so welcome, Tatandra. I'm glad you're here with us.
So Tatandra, tell us about your new business.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for inviting me. So actually, I've been in the HR industry for roughly 20 years, and I have been doing a lot of consulting for numerous clients that I've previously worked with before. So I decided to branch out on my own and start my own HR consulting company. But I also do executive coaching and team coaching as well. So just basically focusing on personal and professional development of leaders and executives, taking that one-on-one approach and providing them the guidance, feedback. But if you have any employee relations issues, any concerns about laws, things of that nature, especially the individuals within California, I do have multi-state experience. So that's basically the services I will be providing.
When are you planning on starting?
I plan to be 100% go April the 2nd.
Oh, congratulations. Good.
Thank you.
I know that HR consultants has been, a power partner with several people because just depending on their line of work, but you seem to be in a central position that touches a lot of different types of businesses. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, I've had experience in several businesses from sports and entertainment, education, retail, legal, just you name it. I've probably worked in the industry in some HR capacity support.
Great.
So
Well,
are you not taking on business right now? Like, for example, if I wanted to hire you to come into my company, would you be prepared to do that, or do I have to wait till April?
No, absolutely. I can do that now. I'm actually transitioning out of my current workplace. My last day with them is the 28th of March. So, but yeah, if you need me, my current organization already knows that I've transitioned into this space. They're planning to just keep me on in a consultant role as well. So yeah, absolutely. If you want
That's
to
great.
connect, feel free to reach out.
I put my contact information for you in the chat.
Absolutely.
what did you think of my cold call, Tatandra? Was it a surprise?
No, I was surprised that you absolutely reached out, but I was very grateful and excited about it. And then especially after finally having an opportunity to connect with Kelly, it was really good. So I do appreciate you putting us together.
Okay. Yeah, I look forward to talking to you more. I want to keep going. Candace, are you still there? Hi, Candace. Sorry. Just as a reminder, I screw up the invites a lot of times. I'll put the wrong time on there sometimes. So it's always 11 o'clock to 12:15, third Tuesday of the month, so that everybody has a guide for when we have our meetings. And the other thing is that we'll have periodic office hours that will just be a random day and time, just depending on need to have another meeting of some sort. So Candace, how are you doing? How are things going at DAFTCO?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And first of all, I'm glad to hear that you cold called Katandra because that means you're doing your homework. So hearing that brings joy to my ears. And Katandra, hearing that the call was good. I mean, you're here, so that's great. Great to hear. So things at DAFT are going very, very well. Apparently, people are going crazy hiring right now. I have 15 openings, and that's pretty good. So,
What's an opening? What's an opening?
So 15 openings is we're probably recruiting for 15 new placements right now, this week. And it is Tuesday. So yeah, so we have 15 recruitments that we're really working on right now. Everything from, so for some of you that don't know, are new or weren't here before when I went over what we did, I'm with DAFTCO and we provide virtual assistant services. Typically, we do try to keep our pricing between $12 to $15 per hour. Everything from cold calling, lead generation, appointment setting, digital content writing, executive assistance, billing, customer service, so on and so forth. Literally, the list goes on and on and on. And so we have 15 active recruitments right now for this week. And what we do is custom. So we meet up with our clients and go over the job description, what they would want their virtual assistants to, what kind of tasks they would want them to complete, what tools they already use in place that would be beneficial for the agents to have knowledge in. And so to minimize the training period. So yeah, it's going good. I know I've met with some of you already, because we also have, like I mentioned to you, Alan, we also have an affiliate program. If maybe you guys might not specifically need our services at this point in time, but if you know somebody that would utilize our services, we do pay $600 per agent on the 90th day that they're with us. And we don't have any long-term contracts. It's just basically we're on an ongoing agreement until we were to receive a 30-day notice.
Good.
All right. Any questions for Candace?
Yeah,
Candace,
Candace, I think I need to talk with you because every time I'm trying to get myself a virtual assistant, they're either taking pills that I don't know, or they're alcoholic or whatever. And I gave up like a few years ago, and I'm like, you know what, I might as well just manage everything on my own.
Well, no, you can't manage everything on your own.
No, I know, because then it's hard to scale up, right? So you need to
Exactly.
give as much work as you can to other people so you can be free to do what you need to do. But I got tired of it. So it'd be good to talk with someone like you and figure out what I need here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely reach out and
Yeah,
we'll
please.
schedule something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, Candace, I need to talk with you too about some other opportunities. And, you know, for myself, the cold calling has been very good. I just needed to finish the script, make sure it works for one of your VAs to do it so that we have the same results. But we're getting good. When we connect with somebody, we create a conversation, and that's all I want is to, you know, and the conversation goes like this: what kind of resources do you need in your business? And they might say marketing, they might say IT, they might say real estate, you know, and so I'm honing it down to understand or get them to answer what they need. So it opens the opportunity for one of our members. So that's kind of how it's going. It's not a great description of it, but I haven't done that many and I'm having good results. So I'm really happy with it. And I know that your VAs can help me scale so that we can even get more. And that's what the whole presentation at the end will be about. So I'll deal with it then.
I was about to say, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Candace, I also put my contact information in the chat for you as well. So I'd be interested in a couple few VAs.
Absolutely. I will reach out to you as well.
Thank you.
And then I hate to do this, but I do have to go because I do have another meeting. But Alan, I know that you are recording the meeting, I believe. If you can send it over to me, send me a link later, and then I'll be able to listen to everything else and everybody else's input on things.
Yes. Okay. Perfect, Candace. Thank you.
Perfect.
I will.
Thank you. Everybody have a great day.
And you can
Will
click
do.
on those three dots and you can get a copy of all the chat, which will have all the information that you need right there. Just click on the three dots and you can copy that to your computer.
Smart. Thanks. I just did it. Thanks.
So for the benefit of existing members, I wanted to introduce next Don Yenner, who's been a long-term friend, client of ours, living now in San Clemente, right, Don?
Yes, I'm down here in San Clemente.
We've known Don for years, doing her website and different social media marketing, email and all that. But Don's venturing into some new things, but you can give us the whole gamut of what you're doing, Don, if you don't mind.
Sure. I've just started a business in business development and strategy. So basically what I'm doing is taking someone's to-do list for either increasing their revenue or starting a new side jam or launching a new business or diversifying their own business. And I'm actually helping them come up with an action plan that's a 90-day action plan to get everything done to launch whatever it is that their idea is. And so I'm working with several people right now. It's been because I've launched, let me just see here, about 10 businesses in my lifetime. So I just decided to pass along that information and connect my clients with all of you. It sounds like a lot of the services actually are some of the things that would be needed for a couple of people that I'm even coaching right now. But it helps people have a date where they're at launching a new business or they're diversifying their business. So that way, everything that needs to be done, all the people they need to be connected with to get things done is finished within 90 days. So that's where I've been venturing out into.
And I just wanted to point out, Pauline, I wanted you two to meet at some point. Pauline, this is Dawn. Dawn, this is Pauline. Pauline's consulting with a different demographic, but kind of same, to me, a similar process.
Yeah, I think we've got some things in common. So yeah, we should talk, Dawn.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mainly am helping the person take their to-do list, put it into an action plan. And I'm essentially an accountability coach. keeping them accountable to what they need to be doing.
Right.
So it'd be great if we spoke, because it may be what you're doing would pick up the ball in a different portion than what I'm doing.
So, Don, are you still going to be doing the spa?
Absolutely. So I have revenue streams of my own. I have my spa. I have my own product line. I have a skincare product line. And I also am I just recently, in the last 7 months, launched a business in the stock market. So I'm actively in other businesses or revenue streams, but my focus right now is helping other people do what I do.
Okay. Any questions for Don?
I have an interest in Don as well. This is a great day for me. I need accountability partner. Put my information in the chat, Don.
I think those accountability partners are the best thing, you know.
It's a coach, technically.
To tell yourself, I'm not doing it. It's easy to tell someone else, I haven't done it.
Well, or I like to say that you have done it.
It didn't get done.
I actually help people to get things done, and they're really surprised at how much more they're actually getting done by having that accountability each week. We usually hit our targets pretty much spot on.
So really, you're a coach, right? You're basically a performance coach or a business coach, life coach.
Yeah, except like I'm not doing your business plan for you. I'm not doing those items for you, but I am referring to people like you, that all the different types of businesses that you guys have, I can send them definitely in your direction. As a matter of fact, a couple of people that just spoke, I have 2 people that I have to follow up with for one of the people that I'm working with.
I like the coaching side of it, whereas I have goals, and if you can help me stay on track and be accountable to myself, then yeah, you'd be the one that have permission to put the hammer down if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
I love it.
Wait,
I'll have you put the hammer down on yourself.
That's right. I'm beating myself up enough. I need you to help me.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, not everyone yells at themselves in the mirror every morning?
Yeah. Why?
Don, my information's in the chat.
Yeah, well, thank you, Don. We have those 2 leads. You have to help me crack to get them off their, people are busy with these side gigs and they have a good idea, but we got to like get them started so they can get their website built and stuff like that. So those are.
I do for this group of people, it's normally $300 to get an action plan done without my services, like just to get an action plan done. So I do offer that to you guys or to any of the people that you might refer in, that I'm able to get a 90-day action plan done for them. It's normally $300. It'd just be $19 just to get the whole plan done for the 90 days. The accountability services would just be a different pricing.
Okay. And we'll share that information with everybody because your website's still got the old name. I still have to update that for you. But thank you, Don. Everybody's information is on our website at powerpartners.us under the partner list.
Is Tatandra there yet?
Tatandra is not a member just yet. So we just met her.
Come on, girl. You got to go. You got to use it.
I hear you. I'm on it.
Yeah.
So I think there's some bleed over there for you on the same spectrum as far as accountability and whatnot. I think you could do that as well.
Yeah. So last time I totally skipped Deborah talking. Deborah, why don't you tell us what's up with I Trust Marketing? Thanks, Don.
Yeah, well, I Trust Marketing, we help businesses at any stage of their marketing. We revamped our website, we do our email marketing, we've done, social media. So it's the whole branding, logos, print material. Our power partners are consultants, other marketing people, B2B businesses. So yeah, so we can help someone. If somebody says they're starting a new business or they need to revamp their existing, online or offline branding, we can help them with that. And like I always say, if the proof is go to our website, itrustmarketing.biz, and look at, our work, and you can see, the quality and the, at every stage, on, offline, print, web, ads. So, and then also, and also you can see it like how we promote Power Partners, the whole branding on that on and offline. So yeah, and just real quick, I just wanted to make a point that, Al and I are going to go play 9 holes of golf because today's our 9th anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
9 holes, 6 holes.
I got her a gift.
Better.
Come on, Alan, you should have given her 18.
She's the best wife ever because she goes golfing with me.
That's right.
So any questions for Deborah? Okay.
Well, I just love you guys because, I always say these guys took me out from the dark ages and they literally dragged me into the real world and they've kept me there. So I appreciate you guys very much. So.
Yeah, and we appreciate Dawn. She's a great client, great person. Everybody reach out. If she reaches out to you, she's awesome. So let's go ahead and move on. I wanted to speak. Let's go ahead and talk with Vince, since Vince is our best client today.
We're busy doing indoor environmental concerns. Recently, I've gotten 2 connections, one from Pacific Palisades in the fire region. There's an attorney / a medical doctor who's been personally affected, but he's also has a large complex where people have sewage damage from what I would call a slumlord, someone that's not taking care of the property. So they have a multi-class lawsuit with 5 people with sewage and indoor air quality concerns. So we do mold and bacteria sampling. If people don't know that, indoor air quality investigations, moisture intrusion investigation to find out where the moisture is, to find out where the mold is. We can use the olfactory system, which is their nose, but the moisture meter, the infrared camera we use, and just experience of tracking where moisture could be coming in to cause mold. And then if you have an indoor air quality concern, could be MVOCs, microbial volatile organic compounds. That's just another side because I'm board certified as an indoor environmental consultant. So just keep that arm of our business because we're an environmental company. It's the air sampling, not just a mold remediation or water damage restoration, but we do indoor air quality, indoor environmental quality testing as well. Obviously, I'm a plumber, 24 hours. Think of us when you flush. Remember, a flush is better than a full house. After you tried the rest, call the best. A1 Best Plumbing.
It's not clean till it's coastline clean.
Not clean until it's coastline clean.
Any questions for Vince?
So do you actually go out and do the air testing for mold, all of that? Do you do remediation, refer it out? How do you?
We're a full service. I'm a licensed general contractor. I'm a licensed plumbing contractor, and I'm board certified indoor environmental consultant. So in-house, everything I mentioned with our own team, our own people. We subcontract out some of our remodel work or restoration, reconstruction, tile, new kitchen counters, bathrooms, anything that gets damaged by peril, fire, smoke, water, sewage, vandalism, trauma scene cleanup, meth lab cleanup. We do all that in-house.
Awesome. That's great. I live in San Clemente. The leak central, everyone's got black mold problems and we live really like on the beach. So it's pretty much a disaster with all the flooding and everything that's been happening. So that's great information. Yeah. Thank you.
And a lot of people have it that have, rentals, multi-unit or townhomes, condominium complexes deal with moisture. A lot of times it's just the building itself that allows through vapor pressure, water to get in. It's usually high humidity. So if they can manage the high humidity, they can also manage the surface mold, which is quite often what it is. It's exterior walls, it's surface mold. You can wash that off with soap and water like Dawn dishwashing liquid. You don't really need me to charge you $1,500 to do what you could do for free. But when the moisture intrusion comes through the wall and through the building materials and into the interstitial wall cavity, that's when you have a problem with water. It could be a leak from the irrigation. It could be your water heater, dishwasher, supply line to your toilet or refrigerator. That's mold remediation, which is glorified demolition with a price tag. Ask Alan, he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vince. Tom DeLeo, how are you doing?
Good morning. Yeah, I'm Tom DeLeo with New America Funding. I do reverse mortgages. Alan just recently sent out an email where I gave him a list of ways to identify clients. Rather than read it now, if you could all look at the email, that's great. So I'm looking for people who potentially could use a reverse mortgage. I don't know, Mark, if a reverse mortgage would be helpful in a BK. I've saved a lot of foreclosures, so that's always something to look at. But anybody who is 55 or older, I'm big on education, whether they could use or need a reverse mortgage, at least it's better to make an informed decision and get educated. So
Have you two talked, you and Mark?
I have not spoken to Mark yet.
Okay. I mean, is that a good power partner connection for you guys?
Yeah, it's sometimes an option.
Well, I'll reach out to you then, Mark. I appreciate it. Yeah, I actually had another loan officer is in another state working with a bankruptcy, and I never really thought that that would be a good option for a bankruptcy attorney, but apparently it is. So I'll hook up.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good.
Check out his
Jack Sinski would be good for him too, potentially. He's a member of our group. He's a mortgage loan officer. If Tom's saying he met with one that worked, that was a loan officer, that's what Jack would do. There might be a contact there that might be worth having.
Okay. You guys are going to get a lot of follow-ups from me. That's like our new mantra is following up. We have follow-up Friday, but you're going to have follow-up Alan, making sure that these connections are consummated. Any questions for Tom? Yeah, thanks for sending the information how to refer you, because that turned into a blog post, which also goes into our AI. So it allows us to generate more information when I ask it for how to refer Tom or mortgage, reverse mortgage. On top of that, we'll feature you on the next Referral Wednesday, or what do we call it? Referral Wednesday, yeah, just so that we'll take that information and blast that out to everybody to make sure it's focused on you. We did Jim last week and ourselves the week before. So Referral Wednesday are new, going to be regular features on my calendar, and follow-up Fridays. So I'm not apologizing for over emailing. I think we have to be top of mind. We only meet once a month, but we'll get into it in the presentation of how we are going to be active for you all in the other 29 days. Okay. So with that, let's go to Pauline. How are you doing, Pauline?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, doing fine. And actually, I had a good meeting with our new member, Jordan. He's definitely a good guy. My company is Retire Happily, and particularly people who have businesses that they're like, okay, do I want to retire? Don't I want to retire? Why should I retire? And how should I retire? And before they even go to a broker, if they decide they do want to sell, they need to answer all those questions and to figure out, why and if to sell and when. And then also to think about, well, what would they do? They weren't running their business, especially if they had the business for 20, 30, 40 years. They might be like, well, what else would I do? And it's a real concern. So that's what I do. So my power partners are PAs in particular, anyone working with business owners that have been around a while and maybe are thinking about what's next. So.
Okay. Any questions for Pauline? I think Pauline should meet with Ed Krieger. I'll introduce Ed in a minute, but I just have a feeling that they would be a good connection. So let's go over to Jim. Better long-term care plans, long-term care, essential plans of insurance.
Thank you. You got it right. Good to meet all you guys. If you ask people, why are you saving money? We've got IRAs, we got 401ks, we've got mutual funds and so on. And everybody's got a plan for the money that they're saving. And what's really important is to wrap that money around an insurance plan to make sure that that money is there for its purpose. And that is generally a long-term care insurance policy that protects the assets that you've been able to accumulate so that that money goes for its intended purposes. Now, the fact is, everybody knows this isn't for everybody. If you're making $75,000 a year and you're renting an apartment, forget about it. You're Medi-Cal bound when it comes to that point. or if you've got significant assets and you can move things around and you can see that you can support yourself without having to have a safety net under it, then we don't have anything to talk about. But everybody in between, you've got some property that you own or condominium, or you've got some $250,000 in the bank. Where's that money going to go? It's not, I would guess, we're not saving our money because we want to be able to pay the nursing home or for home care. Our job, and I guess passion, I don't like to use that word, but I really feel that way because of family experience and how important this is. We look at, okay, well, what is Medi-Cal and how do you apply for it? Is that what you want? Do you have veterans benefits? Is insurance the right way to go? Our job really is to work with people to find the right path and to create a plan. And once you create a plan to make sure that the assets are protected, the next step obviously is to make sure that your legal documents are in place, the right legal documents. Powers of attorney are very important. And it's a two-legged stool, asset protection and legal protection. That's my gig.
Great. Any questions for Jim? Okay, so I'll talk with you some more, Jim, offline. I just wanted to keep it going. We still have some more people to talk to here. Let's see here. Michael, how are you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. Thanks, Alan. So did you just kind of want to update on what's going on, or?
We haven't seen you in a while. So you've been pretty busy. It seems like see you like at red carpets and stuff,
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good night. I just finished the videos for the Boys and Girls Club Long Beach a couple weeks ago, and they had their big Youth of the Year event. So those videos were actually shown on the screen before the kids went on stage to do their speeches. So the Boys and Girls Club Long Beach has been one of my clients for several years, and it's super rewarding, to be able to create the videos for that. So that was a great night. My wife and I got to go together and enjoy the night and actually watch the videos play as opposed to be filming. So that was kind of nice.
Saw your work.
What's that?
You saw your work because that was it?
Yeah, it was great. I got to see the videos play live on the big screen that night and see the kids come up on stage and do their speeches. So it was a great night. It was really good. I'm trying to think of some of the other things I'm working on. I'm working on some things in Orange County for a couple organizations down there for some video production, some nonprofit work. I'm going to be filming some more things with Hyundai and Genesis Motors as well. Actually, I'm doing a little bit of teaching as well. I've kind of got on the speaking circuit. So I've got a couple places that want me to talk about video production. And I'm actually doing another one next week. So kind of getting people excited about how they can create some of their own work too, and just kind of think about what you can do with what you've got to create videos too. So kind of a mix of things.
Is the speaking, is that like you're speaking for free and then it's a good way to get in front of people? Is that how that works?
Sometimes, yes. Yeah. So far, yes. And yeah, exactly. It's been rewarding, and it's a good networking opportunity too, because people want to learn more about video. So it's been pretty good so far.
Right. Okay. Any questions from Michael?
I have one.
Yeah.
So the program that you just mentioned for the Boys and Girls Club, was it Student of the Year, or was it, I forget what you said.
Yeah, it was called Youth of the Year. Yeah.
My fraternity does a lot of work with the Boys and Girls Club in Buena Park. And I'm just wondering if they do that kind of thing. And if so, maybe I can get you a meeting with them.
That would be great.
Maybe you already have access to that.
No, actually, I don't. I know the Boys and Girls Clubs, are kind of, in a sense, they're separate entities.
Right.
Each Buena Park, different entities. So I'd love an introduction like that because, I like the work that they do, and I wouldn't mind helping other cities do similar things. Even if they don't do that exact event, they might need a promo video. They might need something else, along those lines for what they do.
Okay.
So thank you.
Send me your contact information and I'll forward that on to them.
Okay. Yeah, sure will. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you, Chuck. Let's go to you, Chuck, real quick.
Hi, Alan. Hi, Deborah. Hello, everyone.
How are you doing?
Better. We didn't have a great 2024, but things are starting to turn around again. And
so, like, electrical contracting projects, or you just picking and choosing them, or what?
Yeah, well, I've always kind of done that, but I have a lot of general contractors that have latched on to us that continually want us to use them, and we've been successful with a few of them. From what they're telling me, they go to job walks, and most of these guys are doing public work stuff. So it'll be like for a school district or a college district or whatever. And they're saying like there's like 40 guys showing up to bid one job, so it's really just dog eat dog out there.
Yeah.
But we do, because we can do so much for them, they really like to bring us in because we can do the electrical, we can do the fire alarm, we can do the data, we can do everything. So it just kind of got dry there towards the end of 2024 and kind of I mean, January and February typically are our two slowest months anyway. And Chick-fil-A kind of pushed a lot of projects that they had going from fourth quarter 2024 into first quarter 2025, which is, as we know, we have like a rainy season. And if it's going to happen, it's going to be January, February, March. So those all went on hold because of the weather we're having. Don't know why they do that, but they do it almost every year. And but yeah, other than that, just clicking right along, keeping everybody busy and looking forward to the summertime coming and being able to be outside again and enjoying the sunshine that we get to enjoy by living in California. And yeah, I like to hear the energy from people like mine and some of the other. Reminds me when I was young and really enthusiastic about everything I was doing, and made all these great inroads with different people, and even going back to the day we first met.
I'm looking at Power Partners as a team. We support each other. We're not, like Deborah says, we're not a group. We're a network, but we're also a team. And in a team, you have to rely on people. And I'm talking like it could be emotional support that people give each other. I've seen it and I felt it. So, maybe you and Guy, I'll introduce you guys as a connection. I think there's a lot of synergy there, but, we appreciate all the support you've given us, Chuck, over the years, and looking forward to continuing that,
Oh.
Okay. Good. Let's see. We've had to have like a couple of people drop off, but we have a few more to go, and it's recorded, so those people will see what you say, and then I'll get to our presentation at the end for anybody who's left. So let's go to Johnny Garcia, see how things are going in the world of AI.
Yeah, things are going very good for us. We have a lot of interest and requests coming in, trying to keep up with a lot of the questions and implementations that people are trying to wrap their head around to see how it can help their businesses. So for all of you that are still trying to figure out whether or not AI is even something that would add any value to your business, please reach out. We realized that one of the things that we didn't explain well enough was the fact that we're not just a product. We are kind of like this group, an all-encompassing team, an extension of your company. We'll come in and do the business analysis of your system and your data, and we'll tell you where we think AI can benefit your business. Then once we identify that and we all agree, we will draw up and implement the integrations and the data transactions and all of that. So I realize now that that was one of the pieces that I was not explaining very well. So let me be very clear. We're not expecting you guys to just sign up and get a normal, like a chat GPT. We come in and we integrate AI in the best way possible, and not just one time. We're constantly monitoring it. So as AI changes, it will also change the implementation and integrations that we have with your guys' companies. So again, if any of you are interested in learning more about how AI can assist your businesses in either lead generation, content generation, knowledge bases, efficiencies, compliance, those are usually our main go-to requests. Please reach out and we'd be happy to schedule a meeting and walk through your business so that we can show you how AI can integrate and make your business better.
Johnny, did you feel like the podcast we recorded gave a good explanation of what you do?
Yeah, but every time some people have reached out, I've realized that we're probably going to need to do one like every 7 days because things are always freaking changing. Every time I build something new that's only been out for the last 90 days. They're already coming out with the next best thing. So we're trying to, oh, wow, now we can actually add this on top of what we already have and then make it even better. The speed at which AI is being both advanced and implemented is crazy.
Would you say the best way to explain what your company does is taking people's proprietary information, their data that they might be having trouble or want to do different things with that they can't because maybe they have so much, or that how it works in conjunction with laws and legal procedures or internal procedures? That's different than another AI that you can go on your own and do, right?
Correct. Yeah, most of the heavily regulated industries, such as, finance or construction and architecture, we even have one that we're doing now for a psychologist. Things that are very detail oriented and have very big manuals, policies, procedures. Those are where we have found some of our biggest successes, but they're not our only successes. For example, we're working with Vince right now, and little did we know that there would be gigabytes of information that he has provided us from all of his blog articles and just conversations and, talking about, right now, especially with the fires, I think we're going to meet and show him tomorrow, but I think he's going to be very impressed, I'm hoping, about all the different summaries that it can provide to all those fire victims to say, hey, my house got slightly damaged, but there was a lot of water damage. What should I be concerned about? And the fact that our system can go through all of his blogs and his meetings and his web pages and his advertisements to write a concise breakdown of like steps to be worried about for each of the clients. So they then know what to call him for and ask about specifically or keep in mind so they have a better understanding of things they probably didn't even think about. So I think that's one of the biggest things that AI has been able to do for a lot of the clients that we're reaching out to is that they're finding new and interesting ways to provide information or services that they didn't even know they could until they had that information available to them.
Okay, good. You had a question, Tom?
Yeah, I was reading that there's 850,000 Californians who do not have home insurance. Is there any way that you can create a program where I could identify those homes?
Well, you'd have to somehow identify or get access to all of the different insurance databases to find out which ones have active policies on them. I know that in the insurance space, I used to work for a software company where we built insurance software. It's very decentralized, right? You have carriers, then you also have our insurance brokers, or you have independent accounts, and everyone has their own different kinds of policies with different carriers. You could have multiple policies with multiple carriers. So again, I'm overly complicating this, but being able to identify all of the policies out there and whether or not this particular policy is still in effect on this property, I'm not aware of any public database that has that information. Unless someone out there, maybe we can reach out to one of the other power partners who works in insurance that maybe says, oh yeah, you can go to the county or to the recording office. Maybe there's something that gets filed or recorded with the county that I'm not aware of that's publicly available that we can pull it. But to answer your story, if there's anything available publicly or proprietary that you have access to, yes, we can absolutely aggregate all that information and then sift through it and identify whatever it is that you need identified.
I'll give you a call. Obviously these 850,000 people own their house free and clear because if you have a loan, you have to carry insurance. But I've run across problems where people own their home free and clear, but they can't afford the premiums because they've gone up so much that they cancel their insurance. And now you got a $800,000 house with no insurance.
Well, I'll tell you another. So one of my other companies, I'm also a mortgage broker. I don't do mortgages anymore, but I still have my license. But during the 2020 refinance boom, I'll tell you one thing that I thought was very worrisome was the increase in home values and home prices and all this. When you refinance your house or you buy a house, you're only required by the mortgage companies to buy dwelling coverage up to the minimum of the loan amount, not the rebuild or the RCE, right? Replacement cost estimate, whichever is lower. So if you put a huge down payment or you're refinancing, you only hold 300 grand on the house, but it's going to cost 600,000 to rebuild that house. If your house burns down, yeah, the bank's going to get their money, but you're on the hook for the other $300,000 that you're going to need to rebuild that house. So I think not only the uninsured, but the underinsured is a huge potential for you.
Right.
I got distracted, Tom, but what does that have to do with reverse mortgage?
Well, I'm doing a loan for a lady right now, and she owns her house free and clear. Therefore, she's not required to carry insurance. If I do the loan, I have to get her insurance, but now she has a means of paying for it. So she has an $800,000 house free and clear that is uninsured. So if that house burns down, this lady's out of luck. And that's 95% of her net worth. So she's at huge risk. And so there's a huge population in California that has a huge risk that potentially we could assist them. When I fund this loan, she's going to be fully insured and have $400,000 to maintain the insurance. So she's going to be financially in perfect shape. So I'm trying to reach out to all of these people and say, just because you can't afford the premiums or you've had a problem in the past, I possibly have a solution.
Right.
Yeah.
Would Candace also be a possible help for you in that regard?
Candace, in regards to
Virtual assistant?
potentially.
Yeah.
I just need the list of people to contact. If I had that list, then Candace would be great, because I could put her on contacting them and we could go from there.
Right.
You know what, Tom? Let me reach out to my old software company that built insurance software and see if there's any way for us to identify those properties. Because maybe not directly, but maybe indirectly, we can find some of those people, right? Because the insurance companies have to know who they are because they're advertising to them. So there's just got to be a way to identify them. I'm not familiar with any public database because I would think that's kind of proprietary or personal information. Yeah, let me do that for you. I'll reach out and see.
Then I could hook up with an insurance guy and, we would have a whole way of solving this problem. We'd have the insurance, we'd have the loan. And so I think it would be a benefit.
Yeah, if you can find a good insurance guy that isn't going to be charging people, especially with reverse mortgages, I might be reaching out to you if I can convince my mom to actually do one. She's terrified of, but she's
uneducated and I'll educate her.
I'm a mortgage broker and I'm her son and I'm trying to educate her. She still doesn't trust me. She's like, no, you're going to take my house. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works.
Well, Tom, we need an insurance broker in our network. And for anybody who has like this kind of request, whatever list you're looking for, I can push that out to our, and see if somebody might be able to respond to anybody's request. So look at Power Partners and me as the source to reach out to other people. Thank you, Tom. Deborah had the genius idea. She's a genius to push the presentation on our new services and price structure tiers to an office hours meeting. We'll reschedule. It doesn't really affect anybody, a member right now. It's really for new members and, people who are going to renew down the road. So it's just, in a nutshell, we're doing a lot of cold calling and finding a lot of new businesses, a lot of existing businesses. But the call is intended to introduce them to Power Partners and ask them what resources or who they connect with to do repeat referral business. And as I get them into conversation, it leads to referrals. That's how Kelly to Tondra. That's how Jeffrey, who had to go, is introduced to this other person who owns a laundromat, who needs a website and a second laundromat he wants a space for. But that could also lead to Chuck for electrical contract work, things like that. So that's what we're doing. And in order, with a lot of intentionality to bring in more members and do more transactions, more deals. So we'll make that presentation another day within 2 weeks or so. Any final comments before we go?
No, I appreciate it. That was a good meeting. A lot of resources.
Yes,
Have a
glad
good
you
trip,
liked
guys.
it. Yeah. So, I just want to close out by saying the next meeting is 30 days from now or in April, whatever the third Tuesday is. But me and Deborah are working hard for you all, and you'll be seeing a lot of us in the meantime. So you know, that's what we're about right now.
Thank you.
Great
See you
meeting,
later.
Alan.
Thank
Okay.
you. Nice
Alrighty.
meeting you guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for the connection.
Bye-bye.